Can a life of simple, even grueling work lead a person to heaven? Well, the story of Saint Zita gives a powerful and definitive answer.
So let's go back. We're in 13th century Italy, where a young girl named Zita is born into poverty.
At just 12 years old, think about that, 12, she was sent away to work. She became a domestic servant for the Fatinelli family in the city of Lucca.
From the very beginning, Zita's life was different. She woke up before dawn every single morning to attend Mass before her long workday even began. For her, every task, no matter how exhausting, was a direct service to God. She kept His presence in her mind all day long, building this incredible life of prayer right in the middle of her labor.
But her devotion, it was not met with kindness. Not at all. The Fatinelli home became a crucible for her, a place of intense trial.
And we're not talking about a brief period of difficulty. This wasn't a bad week or a rough patch. For years, she suffered.
She was treated as an unwelcome presence. The family met her with this inexplicable hostility and just harsh abuse. Her employers would fly into fits of rage, and they subjected her to beatings.
So how did she respond to all of this? She didn't lash out. She didn't despair. Zita faced these trials with patience, drawing on an inner strength she had developed through her constant, unwavering life of prayer. Then, over time, her steadfast goodness started to have this profound effect on the very people who tormented her. A transformation began. The family's hostility and abuse, it turned into respect. Their beatings and rage were replaced with an appreciation for her virtue. All that mistrust just vanished, and they came to trust her completely. And eventually, the family promoted Zita. They put her in a position of real responsibility inside the home, in charge of all the other servants. In this new role, she revealed her true character. She refused to hold a single grudge against those who had mistreated her. She treated the servants under her with kindness and was constantly mindful of the poor, often giving away her own food and sacrificing her comfort to help them. Her life was marked not only by incredible virtue, but also by miracles, and one of the most famous stories takes place right in the Fatinelli kitchen. So the story goes that one morning, Zita left her task of baking bread to go care for someone in need. Other servants, maybe trying to get her in trouble, reported her absence to the family. When the Fatinellis went to the kitchen to investigate, they found angels baking the bread in Zita's place.
Zita lived a long life of service, and after her death, her legacy only grew stronger.
She actually foretold her own death and passed away in 1271. Over 300 years later, in 1580, her body was exhumed and found to be incorrupt, miraculously preserved from natural decay. Then, in 1688, a manuscript detailing her life was published. And finally, in 1696, Pope Innocent XII officially confirmed her veneration as a saint. And what about the Fatinellis, her tormentors? This is the final, incredible part of their transformation. The very same family that inflicted so much suffering on her in life contributed directly to her canonization after her death. They were the ones who preserved the first biography of her life.
Today, Saint Zita's body is venerated in the Basilica of St. Fridiano, the very same church where she went to Mass every single morning before work.
Because of her life of faithful work, the Church has named her a patron saint, a heavenly advocate for a particular group of people.
And it's no surprise at all who she's the patron of. Saint Zita is the patron saint of maids and domestic workers. Her life shows us that any work, when done for God, can be a path to holiness.
Her story isn't just history, it's an invitation. We must make saints like these our friends by asking them for prayers,